guys, welcome back to another one. We're here at Casket Customs, Casket's Fab Shop YouTube, and this video is going to be a little something different. We're going to do a little will it run. So I know I have a lot of projects on my hands, but since I've had a helper here lately, my friend Michaela, she's a damn good mechanic, always has been. And she's been really fired up about helping me in the shop working on some stuff. So I've had a few friends that have just needed some mechanical work done that I have not been able to get to, guys, because I have been painting and I don't like mixing oil and paint. So I have many projects going on right now, one shot, very little time. But I have a friend of mine, he's in my car club, and his car stopped working, and he wants it back on the road. Well, since I have my helper, I decided that we're gonna go ahead and knock it out and get it done for him. And you know, everybody's happy. So I'm still in the process of getting the Monte Carlo either re-cleared, either we're gonna have to do it in here depending on the weather, or we take it to my buddy's shop, and my buddy that's the painter at the shop is gonna actually spray it. So we're kind of working those details out now. But in this video, guys, I wanted to get through this will it run, and here we go. Let me show you guys where we're at. So this is my buddy Lauren's 46. I believe it came from Michigan, he said. Very solid car. It has its problems, don't get me wrong, guys. It's got its problems. It's got a little things poking through, some rust, a few little dings and dents and scratches, and it's original. I think it was restored at one point, because this paint does not look original, but it was definitely restored a long time ago. And it's got some chipping chrome, but look at the things it has. Has the bumper wraps, bumper guards. It does have some skirts that are actually fiberglass skirts that I'm gonna put on it. And it has a visor. Well, when it got shipped here from Michigan, the visor flew up and ripped off. So we did get another visor for it, and I'm gonna try to match this paint and put the pieces from some of the pieces from the old visor and the new visor together and put it back on this car so it has one, and I'm gonna try to make it match. So the good thing is the center of the visor is this dark brown, which is in perfect shape. It's the ends that got bent and ruined, so I'm gonna have to match the ends to this kind of color here, this creamish color. And we're gonna try to get that thing put on there. But as you can see, guys, it's got some issues. So one of the main issues that we're dealing with is just the fact that it's been sitting for a while and it's just dirty. We need to go through it, and we're going to clean it up. We're going to try to fire it up. It's still a 6-volt system. We're probably going to have to go through that carburetor again. It used to run and drive when my buddy first got it home, and they put a new fuel pump on it and a new fuel tank, and it's still not getting fuel. So either the fuel pump is still bad, I'm not sure, but we're gonna mess with it. Maybe the fuel line is clogged, which he has new ones, but he also got me a 6-volt fuel pump, electric. So we might throw that on there. We're gonna see how it all goes out, because if we get it to run good with just the mechanical, then we're not even gonna mess with the other one. But we do have a little bit of issues, I noticed, like right here. We got some wiring that's visible. So stuff like this, we're gonna have to tape it up just to keep it clean. Make sure we're not getting no spark and jumping wires, and because this stuff's brittle. But we're gonna get it on the road for him, guys. And yeah, so step number 1 is I am going to clean it up and degrease it here on the trailer. And then when I'm ready to pull it off the trailer, I'm gonna back it right in the garage. I have been building a cross for a friend of mine that got shot and passed away, and that's going to be on another video. And that's pretty much where we're at. So I have done all the work to it, and we are in the blocking stage now to get this thing nice and flat. It's almost there. I think right here it's got a little high spot. Some of this is a little wavy, I can feel still, but it's very clean. We're going to go through and continue blocking that out. This side came out really nice. And we'll get there. I have some ideas for this thing, but I'll get with you guys on the next video with that. So for now, we're off to this Will It Run. Alright guys, so I've been tinkering with this car a little bit. It's 90 degrees in here. So the hell was that? So far, car growled at me. That's weird. Like there's literally a growl. And I have no clue what it's from. Well, either way, the battery was dead, cached. So we went and got a brand new battery for it. I got a new battery for it. I sprayed some stuff down the pipe, dropped a little bit of gas, and it's leaking. So definitely the carburetor is going to need to be gone through. But fuel pump, all the fittings on it are loose. So what I'm gonna do, we can't even talk. I just got up, guys, and I came out here for a little bit just to mess with this thing for a minute before I have to get ready. But the way it's gonna work is I already put the battery in it, and I put some gas down the pipe, and no fire. So we're obviously not getting any spark. So tomorrow when I come in here, I'm going to start testing to see what the deal is with the spark. I'm going to check the points. Alright fellas, well, we got a little bit of work done. I got to go outside and go to bed. I got to shower and go to bed. I've been up all day, and I shouldn't have been up this long because I got to get up to go get my kid, and I got to go to work. But got a little bit of things done in the car. So I figured out what was going on with the spark issue. One wire was disconnected, I didn't see. Connected it, and the car puttered. So it's gonna fire. I haven't fired it yet because I said, all right, now that at least I got it to have spark and everything else, let's change out the fuel lines. So today, me and Michaela changed out the fuel line. We took the old one out, it was rusted to shit. And so we got the brand new fuel line down there, but they had it spliced to a rubber hose from the tank to the fuel line, and then they did it again up top. We decided to just bag it all, do all of it, straight freaking clean line, and the only thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna cut one section in there to put a fuel filter, but we're gonna keep the fuel filter away from the front of the engine because we have this, well, this was what came on it, the regular oil, but look at all the crap in there. I don't know if you could see that, but dude, that shit was, as soon as I broke the line off, all that shit came right out, and I think it's just a dry hose. So what we're gonna do is, so it does have a new fuel pump. But what I would like to do, we replaced this line already. I did this earlier, and I like the fact that it's clean without a fuel filter on it. So either two options we might do is we may cut this one here and put an inline glass fuel filter, kind of like the old school fuel bowls, but just a glass inline. And we're gonna flare the tube the correct way to plumb it in so it looks nice and clean. But I mean, I know some people like it here, but it should be, I think we need to put it before the fuel pump. Reason I'm saying that, a lot of people say, oh, well, they like it up here because they can see if they're getting fuel, right? I get it, but it needs to be before the fuel pump, because and then if all that crud gets in your fuel pump, the diaphragm's going to be freaking messed up, and then it's not going to pump right. So I always put them before the fuel pump. And I know a lot of people like put them up here, but I just don't. I think it looks cleaner without it. But I think I'm going to see if we can just run it from here down to the frame rail and then put it right here along the frame rail, plumbed in correctly, nice and clean, where you can still visually see it. And not only that, it's kind of a low line, so if it does vapor lock, you can unplug it and kind of get the gas to pour out rather than trying to do it up top, because it's not going to go through the pump and then up top. You'd rather do it down here on the bottom, where you could even hook a hose to try to siphon it forward. You know, that's just me, guys. I've had the experiences of vapor lock. Guys, we've already replaced the gas tank on this thing, as you can tell, and we got brand new fuel lines, which right here was the issue. See that stupid freaking fitting right there? You know how long it took me to find that fitting? Yeah, so the first one that goes into the tank, the bung, I had that one. The other one goes in, but on the threading for the 1/4-inch fuel line, or whatever that is, I think 1/4 inch, that goes in, you have to have an inverted flare. It's like a little cone inside that freaking fuel line. Well, I bought one, but the freaking thing was the wrong one. It was opposite. It was like a V going the other way, tapered. This one needs to be outward, like a little cone for the freaking fuel line to fit right into it and press, that way it don't leak. You know how hard it was to find that? I went to Napa and we probably went through 30 different fittings to try to find that. And come to find out that all the fittings that were coming out into the bags, they were open. So somebody put the wrong fitting in those bags, because we kept trying to order and reorder and reorder. And the girl that helps us out went back there several times, and finally she was like, I knew these were the wrong fittings in these bags because I went through them and found the one we're looking for in the same damn bag. Yeah. So that's where we started. So, not only did we put a new tank, well, the tank was already in here, but we flushed it, and then we went through and just put gas in it. I just put all those bungs, got them all in, pipe doped them all, ran the lines all the way to the front, as you can now see. Now I need to go in and pull that fuel line against the rail and put some little straps on there to hold it against the rail. So we got to do that too, but right now that's not what I'm gonna do. So here we are. I've been working on it a few days. Michaela's came and helped me out a little bit. I slapped a new battery in it. We redid the coil. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I gotta put this wire back on here because I had to pull it off because I had to get to that. New fuel pump, pipe doped. I need to clean that. It looks like shit. I have not gone through the carburetor yet. I'm not sure when or if I am. I'm gonna see how it runs first. I did get the car to putter, but I have not got it to run straight on its own yet. So that's what I'm trying to get to now. Issue is, guys, I thought that we may have a cracked block down here because it was really wet, and now as I dried it, you see it leaking? Yep, it's leaking. There's a little tiny port right there, or some type of pinhole, and that's where it's coming from. So I have no clue what the hell that is. So either way, I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't know what it is. It looks like it's supposed to be there, but why is it leaking? It runs right where the water jacket is, so I can't tell if the block is cracked. I can't tell. Can't tell if the block is cracked or if it is coming out that spout. So what I want to do is run it. I want to run it and see what happens. Pretty much we're ready to go, other than we need to fix the master cylinder. So that needs to come out next. On the master, which is already on the way, it should be here today. If we get that master cylinder, I'll rip that one out, we'll prime the other one, slap it in there, bleed the brakes, and make sure no wheel cylinders are leaking. And this car is ready to go back to its owner, guys. So let's see what we got. We're gonna give it a whack. We're gonna give it a whack. Let's see what happens. Yeah, we're gonna need a carburetor, guaranteed. Stinks in there. Smells like a whorehouse. Well, fellas, you saw it. It fired right up on its own fuel pump with its own gas tank, and it ran like shit for a minute, but I figured out what it was, the damn choke. Somehow that choke is not working right. The minute I open the flap and let that sucker breathe, it smoothed right out. It runs just fine. I give it full throttle gas, it's good to go. Honestly think it just needed to warm up too. It hadn't been around in many years, but now it fires right up. It sounds good, but it doesn't have a muffler. The muffler was cut off about midway through the bottom of the car, so he's gonna have to put a pipe from there all the way out the back. They technically really don't need to. It doesn't sound that bad. But, I mean, it would sound a lot quieter and a lot better if you actually put a muffler on it. But, whew, man, that shit stinks like ass. That's the smell the wife don't want to smell whenever she has her car. That's why she wants fuel injection, and most likely I'm going to have to put an LS in her car. Wow. Wow. I'm happy, guys. It started. And gasket ran very well. I wanted to let it run for a little bit, like I said, just to let it get a little up to temp. Oh, a little hot, yeah, I got a little hot. But, bonus, carburetor ain't leaking. It was only leaking because I was pouring from the top down. So, that's a good sign, because most of the time, when they leak like that, you got to replace these shaft seals from the throttle shaft. There's a bushing in here you got to replace. If not, of course, this gasket, of course, but it was leaking from up here too. Now that it's running on its own, it's not wet, it's not leaking. And as for that, see how it's just barely pouring out of that little tiny pipe. It's actually like weird, it's not a crack. I mean, it very well could be, because there's a little line there that looks like it could be a crack, but it's only coming out of that little port. And the weird thing is we redid an engine like this for a friend of mine a long time ago. It'd help if the light wasn't in the way, huh? Yeah, we redid an engine for a friend of mine many years ago. And his had a little port on the side like that was spitting oil. We didn't know what the hell was wrong with it. Same little thing, little tiny little hole. But I'll tell you right now, I flushed this engine. This engine was so clogged. Guys, I undid that, the screw in the back, the little port, the little valve that's back there to drain the block, and nothing came out. I struck a wire in there, nothing but garero came out of it, guys, like black soot. So I ended up filling the whole thing up with the water, and I got in there with the air hose and I lightly blew some air in it, and then it would just kind of go in. I got sweat in my eye. And then it would come out with a bunch of junk, just black, like sand, would come out of it. And then it would just kind of drizzle. And I kept doing that over and over and over, just shooting air in there. And when I would shoot air, sometimes the water would come out the top of the radiator, so I knew it's obviously going through the system. But nothing was coming out this port. It's supposed to come back. Wouldn't do it. I kept doing it, all of a sudden I just heard kaboom, and that thing just started going, and it just poured out of this engine for a while. So I let it pour until it drizzled, and then I plugged it, filled it back up with water again, opened it, let it drain. So now I didn't have any white vinegar, and what I decided to do was I poured just a little bit, like a shot full of Simple Green. I poured some Simple Green in there and filled the rest with water and let it run. Let it get hot, let it soak for a minute, and then now when it cools down, I'm gonna open it and flush it out again. I'm not gonna let that shit sit in there because I don't want it eating away at anything or ruining anything. It shouldn't. It's just the water ports. But I just want to flush it really, really well. Make sure everything comes out of it. And once that happens, guys, we will let this block dry out. I'm going to figure out what that port is. I don't know what it is. But whatever it is, I don't think it's threaded in there. And either way, I don't know how we're going to plug it. Whether I have to find some type of a little tiny little plug and JB weld it in that hole. I don't know. To me, it's like a steam port. Honestly, I don't know what it is. But it leaks enough. I mean, it doesn't leak a lot, but it leaks enough to see it. It's not like it's pouring all over the side of the block, like all over the floor. But it does drip. It drips a little bit, and I don't know what it's for, but I don't want to plug it if it's supposed to be there. So we'll find out. Definitely find out. But the good thing is I don't see anything else dripping. Ever since we degreased this thing, I haven't seen any oil dripping or anything like that. So yeah, it's pretty damn solid, dude. It's just shit. Just all that's from when I was wire wheeling it. Watch it have no oil. Yeah, guys, it don't fucking drip. There's fucking oil in the damn thing. No, we checked the oil earlier. Yeah, I see this shit. It's not dripping anywhere else. Block looks like it's pretty clean, dude. I don't see anything else, dude. To be honest with you. It's wet. Yeah? Was the oil bad? It kind of does smell like antifreeze, though. To be honest with you there. That's probably another thing we'll do. We'll probably knock out an oil change on this thing. It needs oil. It's probably about a quart low. So what I would personally like to do right now, I'm going to hit up my buddy and tell him that I am going to go ahead and buy some new fresh oil. We're going to do an oil change on this thing. Well, fellas, it's the end of the night. It is already, I don't know, 11 o'clock. I've been at it on and off all day. Went and did a few things. Went to the mall. Had a corn dog. You know, got the kiddo some new shoes for school. But yeah, we need to pop that back in. So, guys, I came back out here once I got home. And we knocked out some more. So, check her out. I ended up degreasing the block even more, which came out really good. It's just rusty, but I mean, there's no like grease on it anymore. It's nice. It's cool. Let's get that old rusty patina look to it still, and everything still functions. I have no leaks here, no leaks there, so no water neck, no water pump, no carburetor leak. Underneath is very crusty, but we're gonna address that later. So everything else got degreased. So that little weird porthole that I was telling you guys about, it wasn't a porthole. I got real close and took a picture with my phone and then zoomed in. Guess my freaking light just decided to die on me. Ooh, that's really loose. That's nice to know. Oh, that's the vacuum. I guarantee you it's for the windshield wipers. So anyway, guys, you can't see down there now. This stupid light died, but what's going on is it was a very tiny little pinhole. A tiny little pinhole. And I believe there may have been a tiny little crack alongside of it. So, what I did, guys, is I got this little carbide bit right here, and I ground out where I believe was a crack, what I could feel like a little lip on there, which wasn't across anywhere else on the bottom of that block. I ground it out just a little bit, just V'd it, and then at the end of it, I kind of dug in and made a little indentation circle so the crack will stop on both sides. And then that little hole, I went ahead and I stuck that carbide in there and kind of beveled it just a little bit. And then I blew it all out. And then I went back in there with some JB Weld and I JB welded it. So guys, this isn't a permanent fix. Basically, the reason why it's fixed like that is to drive the shit out of this motor till it doesn't go no more. The motor is a strong motor. It runs really well. Everything is good on it. It's got many miles to go. But we are going to look for a new block for my buddy. I found a couple, But I want to see if maybe we can buy him another really good block, and either we find him one that's just like this that runs Sherry, that we can just swap and go, or since it's already out of the car, of course, when we buy it, we'll just go through it and re-hone it, re-ring it maybe, or if he wants to, we'll just send a short block to the machine shop, have him machine it, get it back fresh, ready to go. I'll even take probably this head, or I'll probably just leave the head that's on that one, have that one rebuilt. And just basically throw a fresh motor in here. All the parts that are on the other motor, water pump, all that stuff, we'll just paint it, clean it up. As long as they don't leak, then we'll just keep running it, you know. And if not, we have spare parts right here that we know are good. As for that, the carburetor, we have had no issue. I'm surprised. It runs and it's cherry, dude. This car fires right up. There's no issues with it. I mean, this little engine's pretty strong, guys. It don't look like it, but it goes. So, anyways, before I go, I wanted to get a bunch of shit done today, and I actually did. So here we go. I've never taken one of those apart. And I was worried because I didn't know how they came apart. It was the most simple thing ever. And I did it. I was able, you have to take this little nut off here. And when you take this nut off, there's a key in there. You slide the key out, which lets these levers slide off, the brake levers. Never took one apart. So I took it apart, greased it, put it back in there. This bolt here was a pain in the ass to get off because you unscrew it here, but the bolt on the other side also screws. Well, you can't see it. What am I talking about? Oh, right here. Duh. Yeah, that unscrews. So that is very hard to unscrew out of this. It was a pain in the ass. I had to heat it. But it worked. And we got it. We put it on this one. This is ready to go back in. I do need to fill it. And we'll go from there, guys. Yeah, I'm kind of excited, dude. This really worked out. Should put some more grease in there. It didn't look like it got very much. That's actually got some play in it compared to the other one. It was a lot tighter. I don't know. Well, whatever. It holds. It's in there. But all right, guys. Tomorrow is the day we're gonna get this thing with the brakes, and I will catch you in the morning. All right, guys. Well, we wrapped it up today. Actually, just got home from the Barelas cruise. We went down there and sat in the back of our little SUV rental thing that we have going on right now. Since my wife, we got rear-ended in her SUV, so now we're driving a little rental SUV. So we went and sat in the back of that and just kind of watched all the cruisers. Since I ain't got a car, all my cars are broken. So, well, guys, with the 46 was a good day. So we wrapped it up. We knocked it out. I was able to put the brand new master cylinder in there. We got all the lines connected. We got everything good. I checked all the wheel cylinders are good. Bled the brakes, they're good. We're golden, guys. Everything, no more leaks on the block. No more leaks anywhere. So I mean we're doing good. Yeah, that little drip that we got going on over there is actually from the transmission. We discovered that the transmission has a leak and it is actually empty. So I went ahead and I got some new transmission, some gear fluid for the front, for the transmission and for the differential. And I'm also going to knock out an oil change on this thing. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing tomorrow, is probably knock out the oil change. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop off the front torque tube seal is, I think, what's leaking on this thing. I'm not sure what it looks like or how to even change it. I've never done one, so we'll figure that out tomorrow. I'm also going to check the rear end, the rear diff, and see if that has any fluid in it. And we'll knock out any more leaks that we have, anything else that we got going on. We'll get that situated, guys. And other than that, this car fires right up and it's ready to drive. So that's pretty much it. I don't feel comfortable letting it go with that big old leak that's on it. I'm going to get down there and look at it, see how bad it is, maybe go through it, and if we can maybe clean it up and check the gear oil, and then I might just fill it up and see what it does. And if my buddy wants to bring it back to me at a later time after we order the parts, then we could do that to get it, you know, sealed up or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm gonna just kind of go through it first and then see what he wants to do. But I definitely am at least gonna change the oil in it and make sure that there's at least oil in the rear, in the differential and in the transmission. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap it up for this little update with the brake situation. It was not that bad of a deal, actually. It all went together pretty smooth. So the next update we'll do, I'll probably see what we do tomorrow. Maybe we'll do the visor and the skirts tomorrow and the oil change, and we'll deal with the leak stuff later. I don't know, but I'll hit you guys up in the morning. Alright guys, our last little update before we wrap this one up. So I'm waiting on parts. I had to get the torque tube ball seal where the torque tube connects to the transmission. There's 2 seals in there, 2 cork ones, one for the ball, one for the shaft. That's on order. Also, the steering column where the 3 on the tree is, that bushing was blown out. That's on order. We already knocked out the oil change. It's got fresh oil in it. The oil bath has been re-cleaned out. The oil canister, everything inside that was degreased and cleaned out really well to get all the sludge and everything out of it. There's no leaks in the oil at all. So far, everything looks very clean. I do want to get, when I get back under it to do that seal, I'm going to go ahead and clean around the oil pan with a wire brush and make sure that all the gunk and shit's removed from there, and then see if there's any leaks, because if not, then I'm going to have to replace the oil pan gasket. And if I have to replace the oil pan gasket, then I'm going to go ahead and replace this cork gasket on the top here on the valve cover as well, because I don't like it, but it doesn't leak. There was no oil in the rear end, like literally like less than a shot glass came out. And in the transmission, I want to say like, I don't know, 4 ounces came out, maybe 6 shot glasses. So yeah, I was leaking pretty bad. That's where we are, guys. Everything is on order, so this car is gonna have to sit here the rest of the week, which is fine because I gotta work anyway. Everything seems to be good. Everything is holding. There's no leaks in the radiator. There's no leaks in anything else at all. Zero. Check it out. That floor is dry all the way through. Well, that's because I dumped out that rear end yesterday. So, and that's actually not even from the rear end. That's water from me hosing it down there. But yeah, look at that ground, dude. I mopped down there yesterday, and it's been sitting here all day yesterday, all night, and all day today, and there's not one little drip, so we're good. And it has fresh oil in it. And everything on the transmission, everything's been opened up, so everything's drained out and everything's good to go. So all I need is those seals, guys. We'll pop the seals in it. We'll fill up the gear oil in the rear end and the transmission, and that should be golden. The drivetrain is 100% gone through, and everything. The drivetrain completely, from brakes, brake lines, fuel lines, fuel tank, new master cylinder, bled brakes, oil change, gear oil in the transmission and the rear end, new fuel filter, new oil filter, and new antifreeze all the way through, guys. The only thing I did not replace was the thermostat. I'm almost wondering with this heat if I should just order him one and get one that opens a lot sooner so it stays cooler. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna order him a thermostat and we'll just change it. That belt is actually very well, it doesn't look bad, so I'm gonna leave the belt alone. We do need to clean up some wiring still, so I will get on the wiring probably maybe tomorrow. And I do want to give it a bath before it goes, but that's once we get it out on the road. We drive it around for a minute, I'll bring it home, I'll wash it down, and we'll send it on its way. But I do need to mount that visor, guys, and the skirts. So I will work on that whenever I get a chance this week. I need to mount those and get them mounted solid. I got the visor I need to figure out, and then once they're mounted, I'll pull them off. We'll send the car on the way, and then when I get an opportunity to go to the paint shop to match these colors, I will go match them the best I can, bring them home, I'll paint the parts, we'll take them over to my buddies, we'll put them on, and we'll get a final video of the whole thing done and ready to go on the road. In fact, I'll just have him drive it here so we can reinstall them and do a quick video on it. But that's going to be in video part 2, guys. So part 2 of this car, I'm going to get it wrapped up with everything and we'll knock it out. So stick around for part 2. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing. If you haven't, please do hit the subscribe button, the bell for notifications when I upload. My channel is free, guys. Doesn't hurt to subscribe. Doesn't mean you got to pay anything. All it means is that my stuff will pop up in your feed and you can see when I upload a video. Usually once a week on Sundays is when I try to, and usually I don't go more than 2 to 3 weeks without posting a video, depending on what's going on. Usually I'm ahead of the game, 2 or 3 videos, so I don't got to worry about not being able to post, but it happens occasionally. So guys, with that being said, we're going to wrap this up. Once again, we got another car pretty much ready to hit the streets, and now I'm really fired up to just get working on this one so we can get this thing back on the road and enjoy the damn thing and drive it so I can start working on my 40 and my 36s. So I will catch you guys on the next video, which is going to be Monte Carlo, the final chapter. She's going to the paint shop this weekend. We'll mask it, we're going to wipe it, we're going to do a drop effects coat on it just to make sure we didn't miss anything or any tiger striping, fix any little imperfections, and we're going to flow coat it. And that puppy's going back to its owner and it's going to be gone. Done deal. So guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Casket's Fab Shop in the house. Casket Customs all day long, baby. Peace.